You see the box. You know what this thing is getting. F1A. What up, YouTube? We back with another build series. See, we got this Trans Am right here behind me. It's the next victim on the list right here. This thing's getting an F1X Pro Charger. This thing's getting Holly. This thing's getting a monster triple disc clutch. This thing's getting a triple pump fuel system. This thing's getting the motor rebuilt for boost. It's got a 408 in it, but it's getting rebuilt for boost, you feel me? But yeah, so y'all stay tuned. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all ain't gonna wanna miss out on this. I mean, just look at this thing, man. Would you just look at it?
When I see a car like this, first thing I do is I say, would you look at this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. I know the wheel combo ain't the best option, but would y'all just look at it? You know, we already got the support. We're gonna come with a new sticker though, for sure. But this thing is getting a F1X, so y'all stay tuned. You don't wanna miss out on this build right here. I'm gonna go ahead, dive in, get this motor out, get this transmission out. Y'all can go ahead, see the process. Put a time lapse right here for y'all. Enjoy. All right, so we got the motor out, as you can see behind me. Ignition and everything is out. Wire harness is hung over. I'm gonna get the rest of the harness pulled out since we're putting Holly Terminator X on this thing. I'm gonna go ahead, start getting this motor disassembled, get some of the suspension taken apart since we're doing all tubular control arms and tubular K-member, everything like that. We're gonna pick up where we left off. We got tear the motor down. I got my boy coming to actually pick it up tomorrow. He's gonna run through the motor, re-gap the rings, put a new set of bearings in it. It is a 408. We just didn't build it. He bought it already built. It made like 500 horsepower on the dyno, so it's a solid build. It didn't really have any issues, minus only problem I found was this valley cover was loose under the intake, so it was filling up oil. And he did have a oil leak that we were gonna address, but I mean, he's been ordering parts for this thing, so we weren't really worried about addressing any of it. He didn't drive it much. He's got a daily, so, but you can see some of this goodness that's going on this car. Just so you guys get a little overview why I dropped it the way I did. Let's go ahead and start digging into this motor, getting this thing torn down, get all the accessories off of it. see we got the cylinder heads and all that off. It did make a little bit of a mess. It's always hard to get the coolant out of these LS blocks. I'm gonna go ahead, get the valley plate off, get the lifters pulled out, get the cam pulled out, get the block pretty much as light as I can, and then I'm gonna start disconnecting the transmission from the motor, get all that taken apart, and then I'll get the motor lifted off the K-member. All right, so I got the transmission disconnected. You can see right here behind me. I'm gonna go ahead and get the motor off the K-member, but first I'm gonna get the transmission off. All right, so we got the motor completely torn down, ready for the engine builder. I'm gonna leave the winch train, all that on, that way he can make sure all the clearances are right for the rods. I mean, it wasn't hitting before, but they usually have to stack these washers to keep that distance. But you see, it's got a little stroker kit in it. Okay, not bad. But yeah, we got it all torn apart. I'm gonna get all the hard parts all hot tanked and cleaned up, make them look as new as possible. All right, so we got the old K-member going in the trash. I need all this extra weight, no room getting this beauty right here. Get that K-member. Look how much more room you have to reach your arms in when you gotta work on things. I mean, you can see the 2 bolt points on each side, and then you look at that one over there and it's like, bruh. We got some solid mounts. We got power steering AC rack, control arms, upper and lower, sway bar, and drive shaft hoop, pan arm bar. Man, this thing is finna be solid. But yeah, you can see we're gonna take this whole hunk of junk. Only thing we need off this whole setup is the spindles. That's it. Everything else, control arms, mount brackets. We need the rack. Everything else, trash. Oh, spindles and brakes, my bad. We need the brakes. Everything else, upper control arms, all that shit, trash. So this is the bad boy. F1A 94 going on this beast right there. Stay tuned, y'all.